In the sterile light of the clinic's morning briefing, Kaida's gaze drifted towards the rows of patient files on the nurse's station. Her colleague, Zareen, stood by the coffee machine, sipping from a styrofoam cup as she reviewed her notes for the day. Kaida's own file lay among those neatly stacked rows, a constant reminder that this clinic was not just a place of care but also one of strict protocol. Her thoughts wandered to the patient who had arrived last night, a young woman with an unlisted address and no insurance. Kaida's supervisor, Dr. Shivakumar, had personally overseen her intake process. "Morning meeting," Zareen said, placing her cup on the counter as she joined their supervisor at the front of the room. The briefing covered standard procedures for patient intake, medication dispensing, and emergency response protocols. Kaida listened intently, taking mental notes alongside her scribbled reminders in the margins of her nurse's logbook. However, it was Dr. Shivakumar's words that unsettled her. Phrases like, "precision is key," and "standardization ensures efficiency," began to echo through her mind. As Zareen excused herself to start patient rounds, Kaida laced up her shoes and followed the other nurse out into the hallway. The fluorescent lights overhead cast an unforgiving glare over the rows of doors leading to individual treatment rooms. The day's schedule was routine: administer medication, conduct checkups, and attend to minor emergencies, nothing out of the ordinary. And yet, Kaida found herself glancing repeatedly at her watch, feeling an inexplicable sense of restlessness as she moved from room to room, attending to patients with a sense of detachment. In one room, a patient's chart read, "Patient, female, age 25, alongside a single entry for yesterday morning, medication administered. Procedure complete." No further notes existed. When Kaida asked her supervisor about the discrepancy, Dr. Shivakumar smiled reassuringly and explained that this was merely an example of streamlined documentation. The day wore on with similar exchanges, Zareen's increasing reliance on Dr. Shivakumar's decisions, patients' charts showing identical entries for each visit, Kaida's growing unease with the clinic's relentless adherence to protocol, as if it were a system designed not to care, but to follow rules. And then, she saw it: the young woman from last night had vanished from her room. Her chart remained on the nurse's station, untouched since the morning briefing. In its place lay Kaida's own file, open to the page detailing her scheduled medication administration, a seemingly innocuous task that now filled her with dread. "Zareen," Kaida called out as she turned into their shared workstation area. Her colleague was no longer there. The nurse's station stood empty except for one note scribbled in haste: "Medication administered. Procedure complete."